Hey, good morning. We are closing in at Dottie's with Travel on the end of April. I almost said May because it's April 25th, 2024, and we're running out of April quick, which means in Pahrump it'll start getting a little warm. It's absolutely almost perfect since I've been here. A nice mix of we'll get up in the high 80s and then we'll go into the low 70s. I think there's a day this week it's going to be, it might even be today, it'll be in the high 60s. Having some work done on my rig, some preventative maintenance done on my air conditioner, and hopefully getting a valve replacement on my gray water tank. It's just not closing all the way. So that counts as a repair. So that's my second repair since I bought the thing. The first one was the control board for the hot water heater, which is inexpensive and easily takes almost zero skill to replace that. Take a picture of the old one, pull all the wires out, put the new one in, put the wires in the same way. Easy peasy. The only suggestion I would have for that is, and I wish I'd done it because I had experience helping other people, do not buy the cheap ones. Do not buy the Chinese ones. Dinosaur brand you can get on Amazon is more. It's like $130 versus probably $60. It's twice as much, but far superior. And I'll tell you, especially if you have an older rig, because the dinosaur ones are backwards compatible very reliably, and the cheap Chinese ones are not. Ask me how I know. I was helping a friend of mine, and the Chinese one, we just kept troubleshooting because even with the new board, it wasn't working, and the problem was that the board wasn't backwards compatible far enough. It had probably a 20 or 30-year-old Class C. So we got a dinosaur board, and it fired up, and it worked. It was great. And I did manage to get for her a dinosaur board for $100 because it was like a returned, refurbished, whatever. It worked just fine. But the next time I replace it, I'm going to buy a dinosaur board. American made, high quality. You know, there are components on RVs that if you're full-time, you're gonna need to replace them. It's just, it's just like things are gonna come loose. You gotta make sure plumbing and electrical and structural components are tightened, because you're full-time, you're using this thing more than it was intended. I have, every once in a while you hear a review of an RV that's built for full-time living, but you usually don't hear that. These things are built for recreational use. And what does that mean? It's the average person that has an RV maybe uses it a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks at most per year. And we full-timers are in it full-time by definition. So we're stretching the capabilities of what we're living in beyond the design parameters. It's good to remember that. And I tell you, the more and more I hear about buying new ones, I am guilty. This was a brand new one I bought, and I got super lucky, and I'm grateful to how lucky I was. But in the future, I will not buy a new RV. I will buy an RV that has been well used, and I will pay a professional I'll pay a professional several $100s to inspect something that I buy, and I expect to find problems, and I'm not going to use it to chisel down the price of the owner. I'm going to do it because, it's a little bit of a negotiation where if you discover things that weren't disclosed, it's a good negotiation, but it's not a reason just to in itself to try to get the price down. The main thing is, if there are things that, if there are weaknesses, I have an idea of, hey, what is this, after I buy this thing, what else is going to cost in the near future? What is the real, so the real price of a used RV that you buy is, can be a little complex. It's what you give the guy, the sales tax and everything, the new registration and new insurance, and you add all that up. And then you have repairs that are likely, repairs that are immediate, repairs that are likely in the near future. And a big one is enhancements. Like if I sold my thing, my trailer right now, probably if someone bought it, they say, I really want to keep your solar system. That means a lot to me, and I don't really want it without your solar system. So I would have to factor in that, but then I'd have to turn around and build a whole new one on my new rig. Many thousands of dollars. I'd want to do it bigger and better, faster, different. So it would be a lot. And all the little tweaks that I have in the one I have now, I'm going to want similar things in the new one. So there's immediate maintenance, future likely maintenance, and enhancements. And you add that to the purchase price and the taxes and the insurance and the registration. And you come up with a number that's a lot bigger than, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to spend $30,000 on a rig. Well, when you add that all up, your $30,000 changes into $40,000, maybe $50,000, depending on how crazy you go with solar. But those are things to consider. There goes the Pahrump ambulance, which I'd love to, I could probably get online and see what their stats are, but I am willing to bet I'm going to be pretty accurate in estimating they run once an hour, 24 hours a day, 27 days a week, at least. So I would say somewhere between 800, around 800 runs a month, I'm going to guess. All right, I'm just going to slip into Home Depot here, buy something real quick, and I'll be back, and I think I'm going to continue this discussion a little bit on buying RVs, because it's something that's really been on my mind lately. And I shall be right back. I'm over behind Home Depot, and instead of going back out to 160, I'm going to go kind of a back way, see what I can do. This is sort of a classic intersection to have an accident in. Is you there's multiple things happening. I've got vision blocked. I've got people coming pretty quickly both ways. I'm looking on the map, and I think I see kind of a roundabout way of getting there. We'll see if it'll work. Actually, a couple of the roads that I see are don't look like they go all the way through, so we'll just see what I can do. I'm going to go up here to Oyster Street. It's not even 9 in the morning, so I got what we would say all kinds of time. We're coming up, we're on East Basin now, and we're going to make a right here where the DMV is on the left. Looks like a little rain today, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like it might rain? So here is a little street on the right that I've never been on. We'll see where this goes. I know I'm headed in the right direction because I can see off in the distance. It's probably too small on your screen to see, but I see the Pahrump Nugget Casino, which I'm right on the other side of that. But it kind of looks like this road ends right here. I don't think it goes through. Oh, look at that. A bunch of garbage just by the side of the road. That's so sad. Just a bunch of junk. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to try to go to the left here and see if I can get over across the desert to the right. It looks like I just might be able to pull this off. Because the road shows end here, but there is a road on the right here. Let's see, some people are camped out here. Sorry about the jumping around, but we're on a dirt road. You know, this looks like an abandoned Class A. It absolutely does look like an abandoned. It is abandoned. Well, we'll just take a look at this. Well, actually we won't, because there could be a homeless person living in there. But it's definitely an abandoned Class A. All right. If it wasn't for the little piles of garbage everywhere, this would be a really pleasant place to camp. I'm sure it's BLM land. I see where I'm supposed to be, and I can get there. I can make the road takes a sharp right here. Make sure I don't run over anything that's going to hurt my tires. And I'm back on semi-pavement, and I'm behind Preferred RV Resort. See a shopping cart here just by the side of the road. I bet occasionally. Now this here, it says no trespassing. So I guess it's me saying it's BLM land. It's very possible. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So it could be a mixture here. And here we go, a couple more shopping carts. And we find ourselves came the back way to the entrance to home here. Back at Preferred RV Resort. You know, we're home, so I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to check to see if I got the sneaking feeling there's breakfast available on Thursday mornings, but I need to get on my phone to check. Sorry. I will catch you on the next video, and we'll continue the discussion on RVs. Okay, guys, there is breakfast, and I got 28 minutes of more breakfast, so I'm just going to park up here by the lodge and go and get me some breakfast for $6. And some breakfast and some coffee. And I can, if I'm not sitting with anybody today, I can get caught up on the news and stuff. The bad news, not the good news. Those of you that don't know, I do a good news 1 minute or less story every single day. I do a short, usually before noon, usually early in the morning, actually, I do it. And if you want to see, I'm up to, I think, number 63. I've done 63 days in a row so far. And I'm going to continue to do this indefinitely. And if you go to my channel, there's a playlist of good news stories, or positive news stories, I think it's called. And you can just listen to 60 minutes worth of 60 good stories, and all of them have pinned comments where the source of the story and more in-depth stuff is, if you want to dig into it a little bit deeper. But I'm going to go get some breakfast, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I know I keep ending videos and adding more on, but I wanted to show you the wonderful breakfast I got this morning. Eggs over easy, sausage, and English muffin. That's what I was looking for. I could have gotten a lot more. There's hash browns available. There's fruit. There's juices, but I chose not to. But I could have had it all for $6.